Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Blackjack, and if you can't tell by this incredible shirt, today we are going to be delving into the tribal deck that I choose to play in Magic. I think tribal is a rite of passage. I think pretty much every commander player owns a tribal deck, at least currently, or has in the past. I think it's important to play a deck like this because more often than not, tribal decks do not have a super high power level. They're easy to sit down at most tables with and have a good time without trying to sweat and win the game. So, off the back of the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer that came out last week, I decided to take advantage of all those YouTube algorithm clicks and use this opportunity to show you Pantlaza Sun Favored. So without further ado, let me turn you down this way and let's get started. Alright, do good camera, do good. Uh, oh, okay, okay, perfect. You have no idea how many times I've recorded this to get this camera view. As I talked about, I am playing Pantlaza Sun Favored. So there are a few different options when playing a dinosaur deck like this. A lot of people's go-to is Gishath, Sun's Avatar. This card is cool, and it's certainly an option that you can choose. The reason that I don't play this as my commander is it's a bit of a all-in for me. So if you've watched my previous videos, I talked about, especially when it comes to deck building, building a tribal deck can be difficult because if you do get board wiped one or two times, you're simply out of the game. Gishath is an awesome commander and is very fun and swingy, but it is the perfect example of a commander that, again, if this comes down and it connects and I'm able to put a swath of dinosaurs onto the battlefield and then I get board wiped, the game's pretty much over. Whereas Pantlaza is able to garner me advantage over the long term and doesn't force me to commit a large amount immediately onto the battlefield. So I'll read it to you. It is a two colorless, red, green, and white. Whenever it or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. Discovering means you flip the top cards of your library until you hit something with converted mana cost X, and then you can play that card or choose to put it into your hand. So Pantlaza is the direction that I went with the deck. Give you a little close-up of it. Beautiful card. And we're just going to go in order here. So we're going to go creatures, sorceries, artifacts, instants. You can see this pile's pretty big. Enchantments, and then finally lands. So let's get to the creatures. This is the bread and butter of any tribal deck. This is what makes it fun. Again, I can't stress this enough. This deck is not built to win games. This is an ode to Jurassic Park. This is an ode to dinosaurs. And whether I'm winning or I'm losing, I'm at least having a great time looking at how beautiful this stuff is. Gishath, Sun's Avatar. Velociraptor, aka Rampaging Ferocidons. Ripjaw Raptor. Apex Altasaur doubles as removal. Obviously, removal at 9 mana is not super incredible, but we take what we can get in decks like these. Ah, there he is, Tyrannosaurus Rex, aka Atali Primal Storm. Atali T-Rex, very, very powerful card. It's a card that's going to get removed very often, very quickly, but at least when it's in the graveyard, you can look over at it and just behold its beauty. Sakura Tribuilder, a Dinosaur All-Star. In reality, just a little piece of ramp for us. Scion of Calamity. This is another additive removal, so you're able to get rid of artifacts or enchantments. Bronzebeak Foragers, another quiet piece of removal. Regal Behemoth, double mana, card draw, introduces the monarchy. Zakama, Primal Calamity, extremely powerful dinosaur, probably the most powerful dinosaur printed in Magic. Has tons of combo potential if you have a lot of mana to work with. In this deck, however, it's just another big old dinosaur. Temple Altasaur, able to reduce all damage dealt to my dinosaurs down to 1 to keep them safe. They're never really in danger because they're so big and strong anyway, but just in case. Bone Horde Dracosaur, cool dinosaur. It has flying, which not many do, and it's also able to garner us a little bit of advantage. Awakening Sun's Avatar, a bit of a board wipe on a stick. Topiary Stomper, ramp. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. This card is sweet. So, it does a lot of different things. The biggest thing I can say about it is it looks cool, and it's a dinosaur on a spaceship, so why not? I don't really have any reasoning beyond that. Earthshaker Dreadmaw, card draw. Tranquil Frillback. This is a little bit of a do everything, so this can gain life, this can destroy artifacts and enchantments, this can deal with graveyards. Galta, he's just a big boy, just a big beater. Wayward Swordtooth, aka Triceratops, beautiful, beautiful card. And more land drops. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the way Elish Norn would have done it. A little bit of infect for the table. Atali Primal Conqueror. Pretty much any creature named Atali is going to be destroyed as soon as it hits the battlefield. But this one, unlike the other Atali, will actually get you advantage as it ETBs. Galta. Beautiful full art. Curious Altasaur, a little bit of card draw. Runic Armasaur, a little bit of card draw. Polyraptor, aka Indominus Rex, super, super cool card. Oh my god, look at that shine. Woo! It gets me going every time. I don't know, fellas. I don't know, ladies. I mean, what more do you want in Magic than to look at something like that? Polani's Hatcher, Oracle Moldiah, Silverclad Ferocidons, Hunting Velociraptors, another super powerful card, can give other dinosaurs prowl. Goring Ceratops, Kinjali Sunwing, being able to slow down our opponents. Vaultborn Tyrant, this is from the Fallout set. A cool bit of card draw and life gain. Harnessed Snubnose, I think this one's pronounced. Another way of getting a little bit of advantage beyond just attacking. This is able to get stuff out of the graveyard. Thrashing Brontodon, a little bit of a removal. Ravenous Tyrannosaurus, absolutely gorgeous card. It is able to win games. It is able to scare people. It is always looking gorgeous. There's nothing bad about this card. Zatalpa, Primal Dawn, another one of the only flyers we have access to. Absolutely going to play it. It's damn near impossible to deal with beyond a Swords to Plowshares effect. Spinosaurus, aka Regisaur Alpha. Beautiful. Trapjaw Tyrant. Verdant Sun's Avatar, the last dinosaur, and just a little bit of life gain. Next, we will go to the sorceries. Vandal Blast is just a bit of a removal. Thunderherd Migration is ramp. Rampant Growth is ramp. Nature's Lore is ramp. 3 Visits. Farseek. Cultivate. Kodama's Reach. And Decimate. Decimate is one of the only pieces of removal in this deck. This is not the correct way to build a commander deck. This is the way that I've built mine, simply because, again, I'm really just using this as an opportunity to look at how beautiful these cards are, more so than win the game. If you're looking to win the game, there's certainly ways you could optimize this a bit further. Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves are both ways that we can keep our dinosaurs on the battlefield so we can continue to admire them. We have some more pieces of ramp for Soul Rain and Arcane Signet. We have Felwar Stone as well. And then Herald's Horn, which is a bit of an advantage engine for dinosaurs. Obviously, we name dinosaurs. Skull Spore Nexus. This card's interesting. We're able to double the power of a creature until end of turn, and then whenever a creature dies, we make a green fungus dinosaur. So it's kind of a cool way to continue our ability to fight on the battlefield and continue to make dinosaurs even after they have gone extinct. Here's our big instant section. Simply just a Swords to Plowshares. A little piece of removal. Every white deck's got to have one. Enchantments are all pretty much just card draw based. Guardian Project. Smothering Tithe. Garrick's Uprising. Colossal Majesty. And then this one is called Invasion of Ikoria. Well, let me turn it the other way for you. If you want to take a second to read it, there's quite a bit on here. It's essentially just a way for us to get a creature on the battlefield. And this isn't something where we're finding like the best creature ever made or anything like that. It's more, again, just for the fact that we're hoping to eventually attack it, flip it into this big beast, be able to get in for some damage and have some fun. Elemental Bond. And finally, look at this thing. Welcome to, when it flips, Jurassic Park, baby. What more do you want? And you get 1 green for each dinosaur you control. Guy's Cradle on a Stick. Gorgeous card. Last but not least, the only way we can actually cast any of these big bad boys is the lands. I believe we have 3 of each basic. I was going to get the Jurassic Park basics. They were just too expensive, unfortunately. So we'll have 3 forests, 3 mountains, 3 plains, Canopy Vista, Jetmir's Garden, Stomping Ground, Path of Ancestry, Temple of the False God, Selesnya Sanctuary, Unclaimed Territory, Overgrown Farmland, Wooded Bastion, Kessig Wolf Run is a cool one, Rootbound Crag, Rockvale Vale, and I'll let you kind of just look at these, and as I'm going through them, I'll kind of explain the idea of the deck. Just like any commander deck, more often than not, the lands are just, as we talked about before, whatever you can manage. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be. So, again, Pantlaza, the reason that I picked that over Gishath is Pantlaza does a good job of building you incremental advantage. So what I mean by that is normally when I play Pantlaza and I get the Discover ability, what I'm looking to do with that is, by the way, look how sweet this command tower is. When I'm looking to get Pantlaza out, ideally what I'm hitting off of that is one of these enchantments. So in a perfect world, I'm going to hit an Elemental Bond. I'm going to hit Colossal Majesty. I'm going to hit Garruk's Uprising off of my first Pantlaza trigger. And I'm going to continue to hit things like that as I play my first 1 or 2 or 3 dinosaurs of the game. And that's going to help me cement my ability to play a long game with this deck versus playing Gishath, rushing myself to 8 lands, attacking someone, dropping in every dinosaur I've ever owned, and then getting board wiped and just like the dinosaurs, unfortunately, going extinct. But yeah, I mean, look at all this stuff. I've got Funko Pops. I've got film cells from the movie. Ooh, ah. I've even got the entire island here 3D printed, which is super, super sweet. A gift from a friend of mine. So, that's it. I wanted to show you a little bit about what I do and what I build when it comes to tribal decks. This deck doesn't win a ton of games, but it has a great time, and it's beautiful to look at. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a couple days. As always, Godspeed.